Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. The Luzerne County Community College in Nanticoke has honorably hosted the Skills USA 1 regional competition earlier this morning, in which hundreds of students participated in tasks of skilled trades and technical fields. The competition allows students to showcase the skills that they have learned during their district training. We spoke with Skills USA 1 coordinator Tom Zacher about what the event is all about and what it covers.
So we cover everything from advertising design, carpentry, all the healthcare skills, culinaries, welding, cybersecurity. If there's a skill that they could learn that would be a trade, that could be a lifelong career for them, it's taught somewhere in one of our schools.
Zacher also gave us a great lesson regarding the students being in a competition without necessarily being in a sport.
A lot of these students aren't into sports, so this is their sports competitions. So we compete at districts. The winners from district competitions go to Hershey in April for the state competitions, and the gold medal winners from states go to Atlanta for the national competitions. So for them, it's a big thing. There's a lot of scholarships awarded. They get the recognition for doing something that could be turned into their lifelong career.
We also spoke with one of the students, his name being Condito Flame, who is in the automotive department. He not only wants to test his skills, but also has an inspiration.
I'm working on cars. I do it a lot. I work at a shop with my dad, Flames Auto Repair. This is what I do for a living. I'm always out there working on cars, wrenching on stuff. It's what I do for fun, honestly. Cars is a passion of mine. I just love working on cars, just cars in general.
After asking, Flame gave us his idea of where he wants to be later in life regarding his passion.
Well, later in life, I plan on taking over my dad's business. When he eventually retires, he's going to sign the business over to me, and I plan on taking that over and pursuing that as a career for the rest of my life. And just, working on cars. Like, honestly, I want to get into, racing. But, mechanics is, where I'm going to start off at. But, later in life, I'm going to continue to do my dad's business. Maybe hire a couple employees, maybe franchise if I could. And I want to get into racing and stuff like that.
The over 30 tasks in the competition ranged from welding, automotive technology, electrical construction, medical studies, culinary arts, and let's not forget the realms of cosmetology, including cosmetics, nail work, and hair. We also spoke with medical terminology student Riley Reese and medical math student Brianna Gerhardt on their motivations.
Trying to help people and choosing to help people in the future.
I've always loved to help others.
Both Reese and Gerhardt explained where they want to be later in life once they make careers out of their education. Reese wants to be a registered nurse, and Gerhardt wants to be a doctor. The two medical practitioners finally had words of encouragement for those considering college.
Definitely go for it. It's definitely a good experience and good for the future to have with you.
It's definitely a good experience to go out and learn more about it.
According to LCCC President John Udachek, those in the college believe deeply in preparing students for real careers. Those with experience at campus have words of encouragement.
Well, if you don't know about this place, I would definitely come down here. It's a pretty cool place, honestly. This is the first time I've ever been here, but first impressions, this is actually a pretty cool building. I like this place a lot. The competition in general, the Skills USA is pretty cool. You could come down here, test your skills, see how good you are, compete with local schools, and if you do good, maybe go to state, stuff like that.
Everybody always says go to college, but they don't realize, yes, you can go to college for plumbing, for welding. For example, I teach cybersecurity, and that's almost required that you continue your education. But places like Luzerne have all of these hands-on skills that they can train you and hone your skills so that you can get a lifelong career out of it.
The two men involved in a crash on Interstate 80 have now been identified. On the morning of January 5th, 25-year-old Adam Lander of Cranberry and 32-year-old Nathaniel Durrell of Franklin died after being ejected from their truck after it veered off the road and crashed into a tree. Monroe County Coroner Thomas A. Yannick said the cause of death was due to blunt force injuries and that their deaths were accidental. We previously reported to an alleged kidnapping and stolen vehicle in Scranton, and now a suspect has been arrested. The suspect is an unnamed 14-year-old male who's now facing charges after he stole a vehicle on January 5th. When investigators spoke with the suspect's family, they learned that he had just recently moved to Scranton from Dayton, Ohio, where the suspect has a history of vehicle theft. Upon more investigating, police say they have evidence that he was trying to recruit other children to steal other vehicles in a way similar to how he was previously recruited by others in Ohio. With this new information, police suspect that he may also have been involved in other car thefts in the Scranton area. The teen is currently not enrolled in school and is being held in a Northampton community facility. Coming up on Wyln News, the Pennsylvania State Police have released their New Year's weekend citation report. Plus, a man has pled guilty to a hit and run that took place in 2024. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, part of Jefferson Health. With LVHN Same Day, Next Day Cancer Care, you can get a video visit with a clinician within 48 hours following a cancer diagnosis. Learn more at lvhn.org/cancercare.
My name is Eddie, and tomorrow's gonna be rainy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hey everybody, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm Dr. John. Let's talk about the variety of what you need in a chiropractic office. MRIs, x-rays, CAT scans, referrals. We do it all here at this office.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call Wyln News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. Wyln, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Wyln News. The Pennsylvania State Police released their annual crash and traffic enforcement statistics for the New Year's weekend. While everyone was spending time with their families in the new year, state police were busy surveilling traffic. The report detailed a total of 1,098 crashes, including 3 people killed in 3 different crashes. These numbers increased from the 2025 New Year's weekend, where a total of 511 crashes and 1 person died from a crash. Not only that, DUI arrests and citations also increased from the previous year, a total of 378 DUI arrests, 4,377 speeding citations, and 12,384 other citations. That is more numbers compared to the 2025 weekend, with 241 arrests, 2,844 speeding citations, and 9,155 other citations. A man admitted in court to striking a man with his truck and killing him in Luzerne County. 57-year-old Louis Wybrecht of Wilkes-Barre has pled guilty to third-degree murder charges after hitting and running over Mark Svebdeba on September 13, 2024 on North Main Street in Plains Township, eventually leading to his death. Third-degree murder charges can carry a potential maximum prison sentence of 40 years. Wybrecht is scheduled for sentencing on March 12th. PennDOT announced that there will be lane restrictions on Friday, January 9th. The restrictions will be between exit 180 Music and exit 183 Dunmore/Drinker Street. The restrictions will be in place between 8 o'clock a.m. and 3 o'clock p.m. and are in order to complete road sign inspections. Both the northbound and southbound lanes will be affected. PennDOT asks all motorists to turn on their headlights and pay attention to signs and flaggers. A man was arrested after police attempted to stop a white Chevy that was involved in a theft. According to police, they arrested 36-year-old Piotr Saszuruski, who fled from the police after a stop, in which they found out that he was involved in a theft from a business in the Wilkes-Barre area. When police asked for the license plate, it was not issued to the Equinox. Police then attempted to stop the Equinox driven by Piotr, in which he fled. He was arrested on January 1st. He was taken into custody, where police later found him out to have additional warrants for his arrest. They also found that Piotr had been regularly switching PA license plates. He is facing multiple charges, with the additional charge of fleeing or attempted to elude officers of the law. He is set bail for $50,000. According to authorities, police were sent to the intersection of Oak and Church Street in Old Forge. This occurred in the evening of Tuesday, January 6th, being a response to a police-related incident. According to the police, the incident started near the 1000 block of Albright Avenue in Scranton, thus it ended in Old Forge. The nature and origin of the incident is still unknown, with the only other information being that 3 people were loaded into a police transport van, then taken away. At this time, police are solid on this incident being isolated, so there is no threat to the public. Coming up on Weatherly's News Choice, we sit down with Hazleton Art League Director Mark Peterson on this week's Community and You. Plus, Wyln historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Selinsgrove Part 4. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
It's cold out there. Call S.J. Kowalski for the best products and solutions to help lower your energy costs and keep your family safe and comfortable this winter. Our professional team has unparalleled experience with all the latest innovative types of heating systems. We're a Lennox Premier dealer, installing high-quality equipment, providing the ultimate experience in comfort and climate control while being energy efficient. S.J. Kowalski, heating and cooling the way the earth intended.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brux night guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to bruxnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's bruxnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hi, welcome to this week's Community and You. I'm the host today, Preston Endress, and here with me is my good friend Mark Peterson. How are you today, Mark?
I'm doing great, Preston. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. And for where I'm sitting, I am now an official Hazleton Art League member.
Yes, that's awesome. You know, it's only $30 for the year for adults, $15 for kids, and $60 for families. So it's a great way to be involved at the Hazleton Art League.
Yeah, well, I cannot wait for more and more people to see my work, because that's what I strive to do, just gain that fame and really inspire people to keep going.
Well, And I'm really excited because I know you're going to be showing your work at the members exhibition, which is going to take place with the opening happening on Friday, January 30th, and that's going to be from 5 to 8 p.m., and that's going to run through February 22nd. So if someone is interested in showing their work, you have to be a member, and you should register online at hazeltonartleague.org, and we need that information by Friday, the 23rd of January.
All right. So now that you're here, was there anything else that coming up that you wanted to discuss, or did you just want to expose my great work?
Well, that was a huge motivation, but there are other things that are happening. Did you know that January is Anthracite Mining Heritage Month?
I only knew it as Scam Awareness Month so far, but no.
Yes, well, as a way of commemorating that, we are going to have a special event this Saturday at the Hayden Family Center for the Arts, and that's located at 31 West Broad Street in downtown Hazleton between Wyoming and Laurel. And it's going to take place from 1 to 3 p.m. It's free, open to the public. We'll have refreshments, and we are going to have an artist talk by our current artist, Earl W. Lehman. His work is of the area, Northeast PA and the region, and he is going to be on view until the 18th, Sunday the 18th of January. But we want to give people an opportunity to see his work and to hear him talk about his methods, his technique, his inspirations, as well as have a commemoration of the Anthracite Mining Heritage Month, and that's going to be with Brian Dunnigan. He is the curator of the Sophia Cox House in Drifton. Have you ever been to the Sophia Cox House?
I've never heard of that, actually.
Oh my gosh, it's between here and Freeland. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, around this area I'm working.
Okay,
so.
all right. I'll give you a pass on that. But for people who are interested, you can go to their website and you can set up a tour, and Brian will give you a tour. And what he's going to do for us is he's going to talk about anthracite mining in the region. He's going to talk about Sophia and Eckley Cox. Does the name Eckley ring any bells to you?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, well, that was the town that Eckley Cox founded. And they founded MMI Preparatory School. And this was formerly known as Mining and Mechanical Institute. And that was to educate the youth of the area, teaching them how to be managers and directors of mines instead of just working in the mines. And Sophia Cox is known as the angel of the coal fields. And she helped young mothers, and she helped people who were having illness and all of those things. And the Sophia Cox estate is there to this day with many of the original furnishings, and it's really a wonderful place to visit if you can do that.
I think that I would consider that.
Put that on your bucket list.
Okay, on the list it will go.
Right. So you already checked off membership, which is good.
Right.
And you're going to be in our members exhibition. You can submit up to 3 pieces, by the way. So we're looking for any kind of medium would be fine. And but not only that, we have classes and workshops. Yes, that's right. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of things coming up right now. We have open studio every Wednesday from 1 to 4. Again, you have to be a member for that. And that's when you come to the Hayden Family Center for the Arts, and you can do your artwork, and you're with a bunch of other artists, and it's really a very chill and nice time to be at the Art League. And then every other week we have life drawing in the evening, also on Wednesdays. The next one is going to be January 21st, and that is with a live model, and you draw and paint whatever you'd like to do. And that's every other week. And you do not have to be a member for that, but it is $10 for members, $15 for non-members to be a part of that. We also have a children's class coming up with Alexa Figas, Creation Station, and that is going to be on Tuesdays starting January 13th, and that's from 6 to 7:30, and that's for kids ages 6 to 13. So it's going to be a great opportunity for parents who have kids who are interested in art to learn something new, to make new friends, to be a part of something really cool. Then we have a workshop that's going to be done by Joanne Pilston, and it's a slab mug workshop. Do you know what a slab mug is?
I have a feeling I know what that is, but how about you say so I can correct you if I think you're wrong?
You get a slab of clay and you make a mug out of it.
Okay, I was right. Good.
There you go. Very good. Very good. And because this is a new year, and because things are only a little stressy, we have a wellness workshop that's going to be conducted by Jignesh Patel, and it's holistic well-being for everyday stress. Do you have any stress in your life?
Yeah, there's always bound to be
No, it's a little bit of stress. Okay, well, if you go to this workshop, it is also on Tuesday. No, it is on Thursday, January 15th. January 15th is going to be that, and that's also in the evening. And the best way to find out about what's happening at the Hazleton Art League is to become a member. And not just to become a member, but to be a part of the community, and just go onto our website and, check it out and enjoy and have some fun.
Who's not up for some fun?
Exactly.
With the advent of today, this is honestly something that people really need. Nice people around, so you get to have fun crafting and all, and viewing, socializing. Who doesn't need some of that?
Exactly. That's why I look forward to seeing you there.
Great, yeah. So you got everything you want to talk about?
No, but come to our website, stop by the Hazleton Art League, come check us out. There's a lot happening.
Okay, well, we all should take his word for that anyway. And with that said, I guess we had a nice little time talking about all this on this week's Community and News, so see you next time.
Look forward to it.
All right.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns. When the Colshire Moyer Boatyard had closed in 1871, an early victim of the canal's decline, Selinsgrove, its basin was left to revert to nature, becoming little more than a large swamp. By 1938, local businessman J. Howard Burns had the idea to make the basin into a skating rink in the winter months. He and his family cleared out and flooded the basin to make a rink, which they named Little Norway in honor of then popular Norwegian skier Sonja Henie. It opened for skaters in December 1938. A two-story chalet, modeled after those found in Norway, was built on the site in 1940. It would have a wine cellar added to its basement 2 years later, inside which refreshments would be offered for skaters. For close to 30 years, area residents would come to skate at Little Norway during the winter. Their numbers had dwindled by the mid-70s, at which point the rink was used mostly by local Selinsgrove residents, compared to a more regional clientele in the rink's early years. Finally, the chalet, which had been heavily damaged in a fire in 1972, was removed when the U.S. Routes 11 and 15 bypass was built through the property. Today, Selinsgrove residents can still skate in the winter months at a new location at South Water and Sassafras Streets, which has been named Little Norway 2 in honor of its predecessor. Around this time in 1941, the Selinsgrove Dauntless Hook and Ladder Volunteer Fire Company purchased 100 acres of farmland from local farming families, intending to use it for their annual carnival and fair. By 1946, they had broken ground on an automobile racetrack on the site, with design input from famed stunt driver Joey Chitwood. The contractors had a mere 2.5 months to complete the track before the fair, so temporary bleachers would go up in lieu of a permanent grandstand at first. The first races would be held in July 1946, with the first race being won by Bill Holland, who would win the 1949 Indianapolis 500. The runner-up in this first race was Red Byron, later to become a famed NASCAR driver. Chitwood's stunt show was slated to perform as well, but had to cancel when one of its drivers accidentally hit a herd of cows crossing the road en route to the racetrack. A permanent grandstand at the track, one of the few in the country left with a roof, was eventually completed in 1948. Lights would be installed in 1953. The track went silent from 1959 to 1962. When it did reopen in 1962, it had been enlarged from a half mile to 3/4 of a mile. Selinsgrove Speedway is still in operation today, and it's considered by many drivers to be among the fastest dirt tracks in the country. Among the eventually famous drivers that have rode there are Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, Tiny Lund, Casey Kane, and Tony Stewart. Drive-ins started springing up across America in the late 1940s. In the Selinsgrove area, the New Way Drive-In would be built to join this craze. Located on routes 11 and 15 north of Selinsgrove, it opened to guests for the first time on September 22, 1948, with the Dorothy Lamour film The Hurricane. At the time of its construction, it was the second largest drive-in in Pennsylvania, trailing only one near Philadelphia, with capacity for 1,000 cars over 14 ramps taking up 900 square feet. The ramps were sloped so that each row of cars would have an unobstructed view of the screen. For this reason, the drive-in's projection and concession building had also been built partially underground. The screen itself was 63 feet tall and 140 feet wide, roughly 20% bigger than most drive-in screens of the time. Each speaker pole was rigged with a red light that guests could trigger to summon staff members with refreshments. Beginning in 1966, the New Way would offer local churches the opportunity to hold their services there. By the late 1970s, the area around the drive-in had been built up, and its lease was by then held by the adjacent Plaza Shopping Center. In 1979, the Plaza made the decision not to renew the New Way's property lease. The drive-in's managers did not contest the decision, as they had grown tired by years of unruly crowds and repeated vandalism on the site. The last picture show at the New Way Drive-In occurred on September 16, 1979. It would be torn down exactly 3 months later. Today, a Walmart stands on the property. For sporting thrills, Selinsgrove residents would come to look forward to football on Friday nights at Harold L. Bowling Memorial Stadium. Beginning in 1972, Coach Bill Scott would elevate a previously lackluster Seals team into an area powerhouse. In a 36-year career, Scott would win 267 games, 9 District 4 championships, and make 6 state playoff appearances, reaching the state quarterfinals several times. He would also gain several high-profile wins over Berwick High School in the 70s and 80s when the Bulldogs were well entrenched as a national powerhouse team. Mike Stout, quarterback of Scott's Seals during the mid-80s, would graduate with 6,310 passing yards, the most in Pennsylvania at that time. The Seals would remain strong after Scott's retirement, as the 2009 Selinsgrove team would defeat Manheim Central 10-7 for the AAA championship. Sometimes the most innocuous moments can spawn something amazing. One such seemingly innocent moment had its spark in 1980, when local dairy farmer Charles Benner helped make a 16-foot-long banana split at Salem Lutheran Church for that institution's youth group. The young attendees were impressed enough that they encouraged Benner to go for a world record making a banana split. Benner believed they had something and reached out to try and make it happen, first to the Selinsgrove Band Boosters and then to the wider community. Thus, on May 1, 1982, a nearly 8,000-foot tinfoil-lined trough on horses went up along Market Street. In it was to be created the world's largest banana split, longer than the then-record 7,005-foot one made the previous month by a fraternity in Texas. For those who wished to participate, a $2 ticket would allow them to assist in a 1-foot section of the trough in making the massive split. Construction began at 3 o'clock that afternoon and would ultimately use 800 gallons of ice cream, 8,000 bananas, and 8,000 cherries. Once finished, the banana split was measured and was officially registered as a new world record, 1.5 miles long. Afterwards, the banana split was quickly eaten by those who had built it. The record would fall again soon after, however, bested in 1985 by a sorority in Ohio. Selinsgrove decided to get their banana split title back. The second attempt was made on April 30th, 1988, and this time would use 2,500 gallons of ice cream, 33,000 bananas, 600 pounds of peanuts, and 24,000 cherries. When all was said and done, Selinsgrove had the record back, having built a banana split that was 4.5 miles long. This time the record stood until 2017, when it was broken by a nearly 5-mile banana split in Australia.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.